John Bachman with his Newsmax Now update. President Obama has a point man for Ebola now. He's picked Ron Klain, the former chief of staff for Vice President Joe Biden, to officially be the quote-unquote Ebola response coordinator. Also, the World Health Organization is now admitting they blew it at the start of the Ebola outbreak in a draft document obtained by the AP. The agency says nearly everyone involved in the initial response failed to have an appreciation for how bad the outbreak could get. It blames everything from incompetent staff to a lack of information. It also admits its own bureaucracy was a big part of the problem. Meanwhile, the first Dallas nurse to contract Ebola, Nina Pham, has arrived at the National Institutes of Health in Maryland late last night. Doctors there say she is in fair condition.
She's very fatigued. This is a virus that really wreaks havoc on you. I mean, you could come in and be getting better. You could have decrease in diarrhea. You could have decrease in vomiting, but you're still very, very tired.
Dr. Anthony Fauci there says Pham is a trooper, and she is handling isolation very well. And then there's this. Another worker from Texas Health Presbyterian is now being held in isolation in a cabin aboard a cruise ship. That person boarded the ship a few days ago before learning about these new monitoring rules from the CDC. We're also hearing this is a lab tech on this ship. That person did not have direct contact with Thomas Duncan, but she may have handled some of his fluid samples. So far, though, no signs of symptoms. And some scary moments this week at JFK. A passenger who was vomiting died on a plane yesterday. Ebola, though, was quickly ruled out. But Congressman Peter King says he is concerned about what he calls the cursory exam and wants beefed up protocols at the airport. Same-sex marriage apparently headed for another state. A federal judge has just ruled that Arizona's ban is unconstitutional. The judge ordered the state to end its ban permanently and refused to stay the order. And the admission today coming from the commander of African forces in the Middle East, American forces in the Middle East.
Kobani may fall, but again, I think the things that we have done here in the last several days are encouraging.
Well, Kurdish defenders in the Syrian border town right there near Turkey have been holding off ISIS fighters for weeks with the help of dozens of coalition airstrikes over just the last few days. And there may finally be some freedom for hundreds of girls kidnapped in Nigeria by the militant group Boko Haram. Several reports say the Nigerian government has reached a truce with the Islamic group that kidnapped the girls 6 months ago. The BBC says part of the truce agreement is that those girls will be released. And in Bermuda, they're getting ready for a nasty visit from Gonzalo, a Category 4 hurricane this time. Going to slow down a little bit, but still packing winds of 130 miles an hour. The eye they are expected to hit in just the next few hours. Another update for you in 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. Now back to Midpoint.